You ever seen Hook?
What?
The Hook?
Yeah.
The Hook with Robin
I
Williams?
grew up with Hook.
Do you remember when that kid is like pushing Robin Williams' face in, and he's like, "Oh, there you are, Peter."
Yeah.
It's so precious.
Oh my god.
But I shaved my beard one time.
Yeah.
One time in all of my
just once.
No, but I completely shaved it off like a couple months ago, and
Gucci
I
planes.
had a
Gucci planes.
Gucci blades. I shaved it off, and I had a moment. I was like, "Oh, there you are."
Yeah.
Like his voice popped into my head because I could see my chin.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Isn't that horrible when that happens?
Yeah, it's horrible. It feels like I wish
shaving.
I was a child again.
Like a weird fat baby.
Hey, what was I gonna say? So, all the bits with Andrew Garfield, like we knew. I think part of the reason why Amazing Spider-Man didn't work as well is because he's too good-looking to be Peter Parker.
Sure.
He's too handsome. I don't buy that he's a nerd. You know.
Yeah.
He's such an amazing actor that it works, but like
it's not that he's too attractive. That I'm not gonna blame
Okay.
the failure of any movie on that. I don't think.
No, not
but
solely.
Maybe the premise of the movie being that he's a nerd and no one likes him and he can't get a girlfriend. Maybe that doesn't work because
he's
so it's like if you're gonna take some hot dude and build the movie around the fact that he's not attractive and he can't, then it's like, well, that doesn't work. Maybe.
Right, but I think he has like Spider-Man. He's kind of a dick. Like as Spider-Man, I know he's supposed to be like.
You mean Andrew Garfield or in this movie?
No, in the Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
In this movie, they played into it. That's what I was gonna lead up to. They played into the fact that like you remember when he says, "I'll work on this," and they look at him. He's like, "I'm gonna work on this." He's like, "I got it." You guys. He's like, they're like, Toby and Tom are like, okay, go ahead.
I don't remember the
They're
scene.
all picking different things to work on to
like in the lab.
In the lab.
Oh, yeah.
And then Andrew Garfield's character goes up, and he's like, okay, I'll just take this one then. And they're like, he doesn't walk away and start working on it immediately. And then Toby and Tom are just like
waiting for him to actually do it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No beef here because he's the only one who's like that. He's the only Peter Parker who has that kind of energy, like, oh, I got this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Toby and Tom are, like, a lot more apprehensive about being confident about what they're doing. They just, like, let me get the work done.
I got you.
But Andrew Garfield's like, I got this.
Yeah.
So,
did they make a joke about, like, Toby maybe not being as, like, as much of a science guy? Because, like, he didn't build his own web swingers and stuff?
Yeah, they make fun of him because... and that all happens because he shoots the webs out of his body.
Exactly.
So he's like, we had to build these web shooters. It's like, you guys don't just...
it's just
like, those come out of you?
Yeah.
Which I think is awesome that they made a comment on that. And it makes sense. It's a multiverse. Like now you can do literally anything. And I don't know if anybody thinks that Marvel's thought of, like, has run out of things because they just scratched the surface. Like... I don't know if anybody's ever had that thought, like, oh, what are they going to do next? Like, they've
I think the multiverse is a big thing for them because it's kind of like they can basically start retelling all the same stories with, like, oh, but what if, what if? The show What If, which you should watch.
Okay.
What if
not gonna watch it.
This character was like this instead? What if they shot shot web out of their dick instead? We could base the whole movie around that, And
what if Spider-Man laid eggs? Okay. Yeah, well...
No, actually, I'm not lying. Like, if there's one show you should... Well, no, that's not true. Yeah, I think you should watch all the Marvel shows, but What If is... I started watching it and I was like, it's animated and it's like not canonical and it's like, who gives a shit?
What are you about to pitch to me right now?
Who fucking What If?
The What If series?
What If.
Okay.
And I'm like, who cares? Are you saying that I'm not doing a good job yet? Because I'm making it sound awful. This was how I felt.
Yeah, I stopped you.
And then I started
what are you
watching it, and definitely probably around episode 2, I was like, despite the fact that this has so much going against it, it's like the most entertaining Marvel show of them all.
Okay.
It's actually awesome because there was even an article that I saw about this where they're like, we were not what's the word, behooved?
We were not behooved.
We were not behooved to Marvel in any way to like make the characters consistent with what they've established, because it's all
not supposed
alternate
to be
universe
that.
stuff.
Right.
We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
So all the characters like get to do new and fun things every episode. It's awesome.
Okay.
And sorry, because you weren't going to watch it unless I told you.
Yeah.
But spoiler alert, it is relevant to the real universe
Oh.
in a way that you've already seen but you don't know.
Whoa.
If you watch,
That's a pitch right there.
Yeah.
There
Okay,
you
I'll
go.
leave it at that.
That line sold me. Okay, I'll watch
great,
it. Yeah.
great, yeah. Sweet.
Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, because I mean, I watched Loki. We can talk about that next if you want to.
Oh yeah, I
But
forgot about Loki. Where did I go? What's happening? What is this?
I was upset that
game is
Falcon
this?
and Winter Soldier didn't have a season 2 already. And same thing with Loki. Like, didn't those things like launch with Disney Plus?
Well, I mean, WandaVision was the first one.
Really?
Yeah, and that didn't come out when Disney Plus started.
Oh.
It's taken a while.
Oh. Whoa.
It's my Dark Crystal Skeksis impression. No, yeah, and I liked WandaVision a lot too.
Okay.
WandaVision, it starts out great,
Yeah. And then
ends not as great, but
okay.
fine.
Okay.
Ends fine.
Spoiler alert.
There was a good example of something where I was like, oh, I hope they do this, and they're just like, no.
I see. They have so many opportunities. That
It didn't
they don't
ruin
take
it, but
advantage of.
yeah.
Okay. Want to change gears here if you're okay,
Okay.
with that? Change gears off the Marvel because we can always come back to that. There's so much shit to talk about
So
with
much
them.
shit to talk about. Yeah. I saw a little guy. I saw a shrine.
I saw a little guy?
Remember where
I saw a
it
little
was? It wasn't that. Wasn't him. Wasn't that rock. Wasn't that cliff. Wasn't that little drop.
Well,
Wasn't that cliff? Wasn't that drop?
that was beautiful.
Wanna find a shine, wanna make it pop.
Well, why don't you find a shrine?
Okay, I'm trying to make it pop. I saw one. There's one.
There's no need to wait. Just look at your Sheikah slate.
Oh, nice.
I love the meta-ness of the Sheikah slate too. Like
Yeah,
they're holding
the
it. You
phone.
have your Switch OLED in your hand.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Well, I guess I always saw it kind of like a phone, but I guess it's like the Switch.
It's the Switch.
Well, because like, how do you access it? I don't know if you can have it. Because doesn't she hold it vertically? I feel like she holds it vertically when she uses it, and then it can like take pictures. Takes pictures. And it's a GPS.
I think you might be right.
It might be a phone.
But in order to access and to
But
activate
her
the
life is in the simulation, which is the Switch. She's in the Matrix.
Right.
Hey, have you seen the Matrix Resurrections?
beautiful chef's
you.
kiss transition.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's exactly where I was going next.
Okay,
anyway.
great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let me trim this mustache hair.
Okay, go.
Oh, BRB.
I'm not gonna continue to talk, but I might continue to talk. I don't know yet. You don't tell me what to do. Dan, you're in the bathroom, and I'm gonna drink the rest of my Monster, and I might hit this vape, but I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'm gonna wait for you to come out of the bathroom, and then I'll ask you, can I hit this in here? And you're probably gonna say, I'd rather you hit it outside, and then we're gonna go outside. So there's a sneak preview into the future. I left you a nice little message.
I'll bet you did.
I was wondering, can I hit this? Should I do it outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to take a little break right now?
Yeah, can we do that?
Let's take a little break right now.